Welcome to Total Taxpedia. This is Vamsi. Today I am going to explain you how to file GSTR-1 by online. Before that, for filing of GSTR-1 we have to log in. Click on login button here. Then enter username and password and captcha code. After entering the details, click on login. There you will reach to dashboard. Click on services. After that, click on returns. Then you will reach to returns dashboard. Now here it is showing that files returns, financial year and return filing period, that is July. We are going to do, click on search. After that you can see two blocks, which is details of outward supplies of goods or services, that is GSTR-1. There only we have to enter all the details of service sales and services. After that, auto drafted details GSTR-2A. By entering inside, we can able to see our purchases, which is our supplier entered his sales. If it is correct, we can give the confirmation, otherwise we can reject it. To prepare GSTR-1 by online, you have to click on prepare online. Now I am not going to explain prepare offline method. Now I am going to click prepare online. After that, you will reach to GSTR-1 outward supplies of goods or services. Now we have to enter invoice details here. There you can see GSTR-1 invoice details. Below to that you can see number of blocks are there. On any block, if you keep your cursor, you can view the message which is related to that particular block. Inside to that you have to enter those type of invoices only. Here the message you can see that taxable outward supplies to registered person, which is sales or services to a business entities, which is B2B. Here you can see 0, which represents number of invoices you have entered. Now I did not enter any invoice, that's why it was showing 0. The next block is showing taxable outward supplies to a unregistered person where place of supply is other than the state where supplier is located and invoice value is more than 2.5 lakhs. This block has 3 conditions, which are unregistered dealer, interstate, and invoice value is more than 2.5 lakhs. And this 0 represents number of invoices you have entered. And the next block is details of credit or debit notes issued to the registered taxpayers and number of invoices entered. Below to this, debit or credit notes to the unregistered users and number of invoices entered. And next block relates to export of supplies and number of invoices entered. I am doing this purely educational purpose and nothing else. After that, below you can see GSTR-1 other details. Below to the other details, taxable supplies to unregistered persons other than supplies covered in table 5. Table 5 means this is the one which is we already discussed, and here number of invoices entered. Next block relates to nil rated, exempted and non-GST outward supplies. Nil rated is 0 rated, exempted is non-taxable good, and non-GST is good will not come under GST regime. Next block is advance amount received in the tax period for which invoice has not been issued, which is tax amount will be added to the total liability. Here number of details entered. Here also number of details entered. After that, next block is advance amount received in earlier tax period and adjusted against the supplies being shown in this tax period in the table numbers 4, 5, 6 and 7, which means tax paid in advance adjusted against the payable will be shown here. After that, next block is HSN-wise summary of outward supplies, which means you have to mention HSN-wise total sales or services, and here number of details. After that, next block is documents issued during the tax period, which means invoices raised during the period, including debit note, credit note issued. Every invoice should be shown here. Here number of details entered will be shown here. Now I am going to enter one invoice as a demo, which is B2B, business to business. Click on it. After that, click on add invoice here. Now enter receiver's GSTN. I will copy GSTN now. I copied and paste it here. Here, after entering GSTN, automatically receiver's name will come. You need not to enter receiver's name. Now after that, invoice number need to be mentioned here, and after entering invoice number, invoice date should be mentioned. Now invoice date to be selected here. After entering invoice date, place of supply, based on the GSTN, place of supply will automatically will come. After that, invoice value. After that, supply type will come automatically based on GSTN. Now it is showing here central tax and state tax. Here you have to mention taxable value, which is invoice value. I will copy and I will paste it here. After that, central tax and state tax will come automatically. After that, click on save. Now the invoice is saved, that is invoice number, invoice date and everything is showing here. Now if you want to change any invoice, you can modify here by clicking on blue button, which is, it will show like edit. Click on it and it will go inside. After that, you can modify whichever you want. After that, you have to click on save. If you want, you can delete the invoice also by clicking red button. Now I will show how this invoice will be shown in the purchasers login account. By login into their account details to be entered here now. Username, password. After that, image showing. After that, click on login here. If you want to see that returns dashboard, after that click on financial year and returns filing period. Click on search. Now it is showing GSTR-2A. Go inside to that B2B invoices. Now it is showing our invoice. Click on that. You will reach to invoice summary. Site is little slow. Now you reach to invoice summary. Here invoice number, invoice date, everything will be shown here. Total amount, value, everything is showing. Item wise details also will be shown here. Click on back. Now back again. Back again. After that, back again. Now we will reach to files returns menu. After that, click on July, click on search. Now we will reach to outward supplies. Click on prepare online. Now I will enter B2B invoice here. Click on add invoice. For that, now I will copy GSTN number, copied, and paste it here. Now receiver's name will come automatically, yes. After that, invoice number. After that, invoice date. I will select. After that, place of supply will come automatically. Total invoice value I will enter. The supply type also will come automatically. Now invoice value I will enter here. Central tax and state tax will come automatically. Now click on save. It will save automatically. Here the invoice is showing the summary, and I already said blue button and red button about edit and delete regarding the same. Now click on back. Now back again. I will show how it will reflect. See here, this one I already entered one invoice. It is showing one number here. Now returns menu, July. Click on search. I will go into GSTR-2A. Click on view, B2B invoices. See, just now we entered, no, that invoice is showing here. So which is invoice number also showing, invoice date, everything is showing, item details. The beauty of this GST returns is that invoice will show immediately in our purchaser's account. Now I will go again, returns menu. For that, July month, click on search and prepare online. Remaining box also I will explain now. Click on B2B, B2C, large invoices. Here place of supply you have to mention. Here you can able to select other than supplier's state, which is Tamil Nadu. You cannot able to select because suppliers belongs to Tamil Nadu, so that's why you cannot able to select Tamil Nadu. After that, you have to enter invoice number. After that, invoice date to be select. After that, supply type will come automatically, which is interstate only always. Invoice value, here integrated tax only will shown. Total invoice value to be mentioned as a taxable value here. After that, click on save, then invoice will be saved automatically. Here B2C large invoice summary. Now click on back. After that, debit or credit note, which is to registered persons. Now add details. After that, receiver's GSTN number to be entered. After that, receiver's name will come automatically. After that, debit or credit note to be mentioned, and debit or credit note date also, invoice, original invoice number and original invoice date. Note type to be mentioned, whether it is debit or credit note. Note value to be mentioned, and supply type, whether it is interstate or intrastate. If you enter a GSTN number, automatically will come intrastate or interstate. Now reason for issuing note also to be mentioned here, which is sales return or post sale discount, like that. Options also is there given. After that, one more option they have given, which is pre-GST regime, which means if you sold or purchased before GST is applicable, you have to click on this checkbox, otherwise your debit note or credit note will be rejected. Here original invoice number to be mentioned correctly. After that, taxable value, which is note value, central tax and state tax. As you selected a supply type, it will come automatically. After that, click on save. Here summary will come. Click on back. Now debit or credit notes, which is unregistered now. Click on that. You will reach to summary, add details. After that, type is showing here, that is B2CL unregistered, and after that debit or credit note to be mentioned. After that every detail should be given: note value, supply type, reason for issuing the note, everything as we discussed in the registered dealers. Like that everything we have to give here. After that we have to mention about value also, pre-GST reason. After that item details, which is taxable value, which is integrated tax. After that click on save, and the next one is click on back. After that export invoices we have to mention here, add invoice. After that going inside add details. After that invoice number we have to mention, invoice date and port code. If you are sending the goods from the Chennai port, that we have to mention Chennai port code here. After that bill of lading details like shipping bill number, export number which is available, that we have to mention here. After that invoice value to be mentioned, supply type always to be interest rate only. So after that GST payment is with payment of tax and without payment of tax. Export is always without payment of tax, so you have to select without payment of tax. With payment of tax if you enter, you have to mention taxable value also. Here without payment tax will come. Now click on save, invoice will be added automatically. After that summary will shown here. Click on back. Now GSTR-1 other details will be mentioned here. B2C others, which is other than table 5 mentioned, we have to mention here. Click on that. Now summary, add details, have to mention place of supply, everything you have to mention here. You can able to Tamil Nadu also. So if you select Tamil Nadu, intra-state will come. If you select any other state, it will come interstate, it will change automatically. So now after that a taxable value, so central tax and state tax it is showing if you change the place of supply. So here integrated tax it is showing, like that it is automatically it will change. Taxable value you have to mention, and the rate applicable, whatever rate applicable you have to mention here. After that integrated tax will come automatically. After that click on save, back, summary will shown here. So after that now nil rated supplies, exempted and non-GST supplied have to mentioned here. Already I discussed about nil rated and all, exempted everything. To enter we have to click on edit, which is interstate supplies to registered person, interstate supplies to unregistered person, intrastate supplies to unregistered person, and intrastate supplies to unregistered person. You need not to give here any GSTN number and all, you can able to give directly. After that click on save, it will save automatically. Here non-GST supplies also to be mentioned, which is GST is not applicable to goods. After that click on save, give back. Here after that tax liability, which is advance received against bill, so we have to mention the details here. Click on add details. There place of supply, you can select any place whichever you want, or from which state you have received the advance. If you select other state, it will come integrated tax. If you select the same state, automatically central tax and state tax will come. After that rate applicable amount, and click on save. After that click on back again. After that adjustment of advances, if you adjusted any advance during the tax period, you have to mention the details here, which is tax already paid on invoices issued in the current period. You have to give the details here regarding the same place of supply, and you will select the place. Now central tax and state tax will come automatically because of same state. So after that, value to be mentioned. If you change the state, integrated tax will come automatically, which is interstate. After that, click on save. It will save automatically. Now back. Now HSN wise summary, outward supplies have to mention here, which is if you have 2 HSN codes, you need to be given each HSN code how much sales to be mentioned, how much sales done during the period have to be given here, and you have to give in quantities or liters or inches or kilograms, whatever it is applicable to you, it have to be given here. And the total quantity also given, total value, total taxable value also have to be given, whether it is integrated tax, central tax and state tax, whichever is applicable, all the taxes will be shown here. And cess is not applicable at right now. So after that, click on add that HSN code, and against that sales value, everything will be saved here. After that, click on back. Now documents issued to be mentioned here, every detail to be mentioned, what document you have issued to your supplier, which is invoices for outward supply, which means it is sales or services given to outside person. And here invoices for inward supply from unregistered person, which is purchases from unregistered person. It is revised invoices. Anything changed about invoice and all you have to given here. Debit note details to be mentioned here, credit note details to be mentioned, and after that, receipt voucher. If you received any amount, you have to mention here. Payment voucher also to be mentioned for every month. You need to be remember that. Any refund voucher also to be mentioned here. After that, delivery challan details for job work. If you send any job work, that challan details also to be mentioned. For delivery challan for supply of approval also to be mentioned. Delivery challan in case of liquid gas, and delivery challan in case of other than by way of supply, other than those mentioned in the above. All the details to be mentioned and given every month, which is not every year like that. Every month you have to be given, which is need to be careful. So after that, you have to click on save. It will save automatically. Now after entering all the invoices and details, click on this checkbox. Then this option of file GSTR-1 with the DSC will enable automatically. DSC signing is mandatory for companies and LLPs. File with EVC option also is there for other entities. In the initial stage, you need to be careful because mistakes will be happen. I am giving disclaimer. This is purely for educational purpose. You are responsible for your own actions. So be careful. Happy filing. This is Vamsi signing off. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.